Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUSD. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit the ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Greetings. Let's return to the discussion of the euro currency that we have started during the previous trading sessions. So you can see on the daily time frame is not much to comment currently, since that is current session, that was the previous trading session, and so on. So you can see that market stands in the tight range right at the top of the wedge, slightly higher than the weekly pivot point and below the lower body of the triangle. So that kind of price action we could treat as an indecision, and then although trend holds bullish on the daily time frame, the price action hasn't shown any thrust to the upside. It's just a gradual move inside of the wedge pattern. So probably market is waiting for something. Maybe some solution to the price action could come during the non-farm payrolls released during Friday. Well, since currently on the daily time frame it's very difficult to add some more information to the previous comments. You can see that market has tried to touch the 618 resistance that we have discussed previously, but it hasn't quite reached it. Still, on the lower time frame I see some bearish domination, because the recent price action tells that market is losing its power. So on the 4-hour time frame we see bearish divergence inside of the wedge pattern that is very common with the MACD indicator, and the price move to the upside becomes more difficult for market. Well, that levels we already have discussed in the previous researches, so I will not talk about it again. On the hourly time frame, here we see some hint on the break of our harmonic swings. You can see that these swings have the same distance and the slope, but the most recent swing, you can see it, market hasn't quite accomplished it, so it just reached the middle of this potential swing and turned to the downside. And in general, the way how this swing has developed, it's not quite common for the previous swing. So you can see that market never shows some significant pullbacks during the upward leg. Okay. Besides, now you can see that hourly time frame trend turns on the bearish side, as well as the 4-hour time frame trend is bearish. So that increase the probability that market could really stop right here and show some downward acceleration. At least this is the warning sign for the bulls, because here we clearly could see that bullish power becomes weaker, since this is not quite the common move for the market that has solid bullish power. Because when the market really, when the bulls are dominate on the market, it's really should show some thrusting upward move. But here we don't see this, and that price action tells us that probably this is some kind of the weakness on the market right below the significant area of resistance. Anyway, our thoughts about the market remains the same. We need to wait some clear signs from the market with the hints that will point us the possible direction, and that probably will come in the way of some thrusting move in one or other direction. Because when the market stands for a long time in the tight range, it very often leads to some significant move in one or other direction. Take a look, for instance, here market stands at some tight range, then acceleration. Here thrusting upside move, consolidation in the tight range, then thrusting upward move. So that could happen again here. That's why it's more safe to wait some clear signs and then enter on a retracement rather than to dive into some gamble and try to predict the potential move. And probably this move could happen on Friday during the non-farm payrolls release. So the choice is up to you. You may try to find other opportunities for trading, but our look at the market is better to wait for some clarification.